there, it's Beauty Junkie. Welcome to my channel. Today we're doing another nail polish haul video, and this time it is with Holo Taco. Hello, it's me. So I bought 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 polishes from Holo Taco. Most of them are flaky toppers. I got one of their new holographic shades. Not my first choice. My first choice sold out very quickly. That was the magenta one. And then I got a few base coats, a topper, a white shade, a couple tools. So I'm excited to share my first impressions and thoughts with you and sort of walk you through the process. So I've been doing quite a few nail haul videos lately. This will probably be my last one for a while now. I think I've just overwhelmed myself with new nail polishes, and I'm good to go. So I'm going to show you what I bought first and the shade names, and then we'll get into application. First, I want to say I love holographic stuff. I just recently discovered Nailogical. I appreciate her personality, and I appreciate her love for nail polish and nail art and all that stuff and holo stuff. And just to show you my love for holo, I have a makeup bag that's holographic. I keep my skincare in it, but this is from Cliona Cosmetics. Sorry, all these hair clips are on here. And it didn't really work for my makeup setup, but I really like this bag. It zips, it's huge, and I love that it's holographic. Just wanted to show you that. Alright, so I have lots of flakies, and I pretty much bought all her different flaky shades. This is Solar Unicorn Skin, and it has like green and pink sort of flake shifts in there. I have Flaky Holo Taco, which is just a typical kind of a silver. And then I have Cosmic Unicorn Skin, which is very green and blue and purple. Very pretty. And then I have Aurora Unicorn Skin, more pink going on there. And then the holographic color polish I got is Purple Slushie. I don't remember the magenta shade name, but that's the one I really wanted because it looks super pretty. But I do like purple, so I picked up this one. And then I have all white shade, not milky white. I was gonna get the one coat black, but they sold out. So I got a black shade from a different company. And then I got a couple bases. I got the Peely base because I wanted to try out what that's like. And then I got the Long Lasting base, which is blue. And then I got the Glossy Taco. They sold out of the Super Glossy Taco. So that's it for nail polishes. I also ordered a nail file. This is a glass nail file, which I've never had one of these before, but I like the ombre effect. And it comes in a little sleeve. I also ordered some little sponges, not necessary to buy from them. These just look like classic sponge wedges, and I'm gonna use this to apply the flakies. I've never used a sponge before, but I think it looks like it applies the flakies a little bit more concentrated. So I'm gonna use that. So I'm going to use a white base, except for the holo I'm just going to use the purple. And then I'm going to top it with flakies. I'm going to use one hand I'm going to use the Peely base, and the other hand I'm going to use the Long Lasting base. And then we're going to use the top coat. So I am excited to try this much anticipated brand. I know they're pretty new, relatively new. These are very new. This is part of their Rainbow Holo collection. So I'm excited to test this one out as well. Just a note about shipping. Everything came beautifully in these boxes, and they kind of come in these little slots in these boxes, and they all fit in these slots like this. So it's really packaged really nicely actually. There's like foam in between, so everything's protected and doesn't break. Didn't have any issues with that. Got the holographic packaging. I think is very cute. I mean, everything came fine. It's just I ordered it on June 16th and it arrived July 7th. It took 3 weeks to get here. And I know this is probably a huge launch for them, and I don't know that they're a very big company, probably not. And it took 3 weeks. And I know COVID probably doesn't help, but I think what it was is they didn't even ship out until a week after I ordered. And I think a lot of other people were having that issue as well. So it took a week to process, and they're based, I believe it shipped out of New Jersey, so it wasn't like international or anything. And then it took 2 weeks to get to me. And you know, I've ordered a lot of stuff during this whole pandemic. And this is probably the slowest thing out of everything I ordered. 3 weeks is a long time. And they didn't like preface like, oh, these orders are gonna take 3 to 4 weeks. Like, I think a lot of us thought we'd get things a lot quicker, but maybe they didn't know how many they were gonna sell. Maybe they had some issues with their shipper. I mean, I like to know if they've made any statements about that, because I think it just makes it hard for people to like review when we get things so slowly. But I don't remember if there was an option to order expedited shipping, but I wasn't gonna pay extra for that. I just figured I'd get it in a reasonable amount of time anyway. But yeah, I think that's kind of a bad impression, just ordering for the first time, that it took so long, but I'm sure it had to do with the launch of these. Alright, so I'm gonna have clean nails. I'm gonna start with the peely base on my left hand, and we're gonna see how this works. I've seen her sort of over apply it, so when you mess up you can just peel it off. I believe that's how it works. Let me read the box. There's no instructions on the box for the peely base. Alright guys, the peely base, not quite what I thought. I'm glad I looked it up. You're only supposed to apply the peely base to your nail, and it just allows you to easily remove your nail polish, and you can save it if you want. You don't actually want to put it on your skin because that will create a premature lift of the polish. So it is not intended for helping with cleanup and stripping, being able to strip away the excess polish. So not quite what I thought. I do want to get something like that because I've seen her use that stuff in her video, and I'm surprised she doesn't sell it. Interesting. But so yeah, they actually tell you, she says on the website, to not actually go too far down the nail. Like, you don't want to get it on your skin or your cuticle because it will lift easier. You actually want to stop short, which I think is interesting. I guess that's just how it works. So we'll see if I like this. Normally I wouldn't want a peeling base, but because I've been changing my polishes so much, maybe it will make sense for me to use something like this. I also looked at her other holos, and they are all sold out, every single color, so that probably explains the delay. Crazy. Alright, so I'm going to apply the peely base very carefully so I don't over apply it. It's very liquidy. Say this brush is pretty thin, kind of like a normal brush. It's not super thick or wide or anything like that. It's really easy for me to kind of over apply the base coats, so it's kind of tricky for me to like limit the base coat to like just the nail. So that's the base coat, the peely base coat, and then I'm going to do the blue long-lasting base coat on my other hand. So this is the long-lasting, does not make your nail blue. I like that I don't have to be quite as cautious about applying this base coat, but definitely has a strong smell to it. Alright, our base coats are on. I'm gonna give it a quick dry and I'll be back. Alright, I got my base coat on. We're gonna move on to the white, not milky white shade. And I'm gonna apply it and let you know my thoughts as I go. I'm gonna apply it to these 4 fingers and we're gonna put the purple shade on my thumb. And this is just gonna be a backdrop shade. I've always been looking for a good white nail polish. So I hope this does the trick. I will say it's pretty bold, it's not sheer, and it applies pretty nicely. I'm not like perfect at application, but you know, whites tend to be goopy and this is a thick one. But it's not sheer, it's not see-through. It just delivers what it's supposed to. My only critique would be well, all the polishes. I don't love a really like a narrow brush, and these all have narrow brushes. What I don't like about white, you can't keep going over it because it just gets thicker and thicker, but I'm trying. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I know my application isn't great, but I think this is a nice white actually. Alright, I'm gonna apply my first coat of the purple slushie. I think that applied pretty nicely actually for the first coat. It's a little bit sheer, but I know this will look good with another coat. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup and finish my other hand. Alright, I'm gonna try my best to apply these flakies with a sponge onto the white, and hopefully it goes okay. I've never done that before. And I apologize for the weird sun coming in. Tends to happen when I film in the late afternoon and early evening. Right now I'm just doing a second layer of purple slushie. The name just reminds me of like grape slushies. Sounds so good right now. Alright, so that is purple slushie second coat. I know you guys aren't gonna get a good feel of this in this lighting, but I will show you later what they really look like. Alright, so we're gonna start with Solar Unicorn Skin first on my pinky. We're gonna apply it to the sponge. Alright, I'm assuming this is how you do it. You just put it on the sponge and then apply it to your nail. Doesn't seem quite right, so it makes it a little bit of a rough texture, but maybe that's the point. I'm just gonna keep doing that, and then hopefully the top coat smooths everything out. I guess it looks pretty good, sort of. Alright, moving on, we're doing Flaky Holo Taco. They also have a linear one, but I decided to stick with the flaky theme. Here we go. You guys have any tips for me on how I should be doing this? Let me know. Pretty. We're gonna do Cosmic Unicorn Skin on my middle finger. Ooh, that's cool. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply a layer with the sponge and then just apply another coat straight onto the nail. Alright, next we have the last flaky is Aurora Unicorn Skin. Alright, I'm gonna apply this to the other side and I'll be back. Alright, so I have a couple coats of everything on. I think the sponge method, while it does work in kind of concentrating the flakies on your polish, if you over sponge your nail, it can take off your base coat. So it took off some of the white if I you know, went on the nail and there was no polish left on it. So you have to really just put it on, and if the polish is gone, you don't keep going on. You don't keep applying it to your nail, because then it just sort of disturbs everything. So it's a little bit tricky of a nail art process, but I could see how it was helpful. I just ended up putting a regular coat on top of it just to add more sparkle. But I think the hollows look fine just after 2 coats. You don't need 3 coats or anything. I do need to put I have a top coat on my thumbs. I do need to put a top coat on the rest of my nails. So I will be back when I am ready to show you the final product. Alright, so that is the Holo Taco polishes all applied. I think this brand is worth checking out. Do I think it's better than any other indie brand? No, I think it's a good competitor, but yeah, I enjoy the toppers. I enjoy the color choices. I think she has a good product. I just wish it shipped a lot quicker than it did, even though it was a launch. I think 3 weeks is a long time. But do check out the colors. Hopefully the holographic rainbow colors come back in stock soon. I do recommend Purple Slushie. It is really pretty. Please let me know if you have any questions. Please click like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.